Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of The Public Affair. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to ask you guys to please take a look at my description and see how you can help donate to Fat Boy Michelada y Botana. They had an unfortunate house fire and lost everything. I want us as a community to help give back to this family who's done nothing but good for so many people here in town, as well as myself here at The Public Affair. To Fat Boy Michelada y Botana, I am praying for you guys. You guys, I'm pleading to you, please do what you can to help this family out, get back up on their feet. Many prayers to you guys. I love you all so much.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give you guys all a shout out. Everybody from Waco, nationwide, who supports The Public Affair. You guys truly mean the world to me. Thank you so much for all the love and support for over 3 years of the show. We're still going strong. I'm tired, but we're still going strong, all right? Of course, shout out to Rogue Media Network, Mike Hamilton, my longtime producer, editor, everything, who's been in The Public Affair since we were in the closet. Episode 1 is out here producing this episode, so thank you so much. Of course, to Allison Robles and everybody else involved. But Rogue Media Network, thank you guys again so much. Now, before we continue, I definitely need to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. Oh, yes, the #1 sales agent in his office. That's right, he's going to help you buy a home or sell your property. I've worked with David for a few years, trying to find my dream chateau. At the last minute, things happen, but you want to know what? That man has been dedicated. That man has made sure that he found the home that was going to be right for me. We found a couple potentials, all right? And when the timing is right, everything will happen. If you guys don't know what you're doing in buying a house, go with David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. He's going to help you out. Follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea, or call the number on the screen for all your real estate needs. David Santabanez, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. Of course, to Arturo's Frame with Arturo Lleva de la Cruz. They do wood framing for houses and all remodeling. That's right. They'll even assist you with building a brand new home, because sometimes you don't want to move in somebody's house, right? Sometimes you want to build your own house from the ground up and have it the way you want it looking. They're going to help you out with that. Hablan inglés y español. Call the number on the screen for a free in-town consultation as well. And you can follow on Facebook at Arturo's Frame. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to JB Auto Detailing with my boy Joseph Blancas, who provides mobile detailing for all of Waco and the surrounding area. As of the recording of this episode, yesterday was his birthday, so big shout out to him. He just went full-time. He said the business is thriving, darling. That's right. That's why he promises 100% satisfaction guaranteed, leaving your vehicle looking brand spanking new and fresh. Pricing and such at jbautodetail.net. And you can call the number on the screen to book, and follow on Facebook at JB Auto Detailing. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode, Joseph. Of course, the Banda's Hauling Service. Banda's Hauling Service with Julian and Ana Banda, who are there for you when you least expect it. Save that number on the screen. They run dump trailers. You fill it up and they'll haul it away. They also do junk removals, tree brush removals, and haul cars in and out of town. The car breaks down out of nowhere on the highway, they'll come get you as well. Book now with the number on the screen to Julian and Ana Banda. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, oh my goodness, I can't go on without thanking Sid Rodriguez at Elite Barbershop, who's got me looking super snackish for my next guest on The Public Affair. Located on Hewitt Drive. You can call the number on the screen to book, or download the Squire app. And listen, walk-ins are welcome as well. Sometimes you can't make an appointment, you gotta walk in. They got Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, and Isai Reyes over there making you look as snackish as I have for more than 160 episodes of The Public Affair. To my boy Sid Rodriguez, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of the show. I truly appreciate it. Oh, and for recommending this next guest to me, which was, probably a year ago, but still, thank you so much for all you do. I know, we were just talking about that. We were just talking about how I've been sitting on you for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on a lot of people for a long time, okay? And this person was very, very patient with me. As a matter of fact, earlier this year, he actually got one of his artists to be on my show by the name of Stormy Keys, who's gorgeous, very talented singer-songwriter. But you know what? Now it's his time to shine. He's getting back out there in the limelight. He decided he was going to stop by my little podcast to come do a quick interview with me. I'm so happy he got a haircut. He's got the grills equipped and the shades looking all super mysterious, but with no gay shit. Stop it. There's no gay shit. Listen, I am so happy to finally welcome rapper, producer, artist, and developer, Mr. J Trouble, here on The Public Affair. How you doing?
Hey, it feels good. My first time being in this building.
Oh, really?
I drove by this building a million times. Never.
Shout out to the Alico building. Isn't it the most boring building ever?
Nah, I think it's, I like being.
I think it's the studio. It's only fun when I get here. That's what I'm saying. But the building itself, to me, is very boring. I'm not into historical things though. That's the problem. I hate history. I don't want to know lessons about nothing. I just want to know, where's my room? Where's the 21st floor? Which room is it? That's a recording. I'm going home. Listen, you are decked out. Where'd you think you were coming? I know that you're on movies and shit now, Jay, but still, okay?
This is a big deal. This is a big. I watched the episodes.
Oh, thank you.
Episodes.
Do you love it? Do you think I'm too slutty? I was scared that you were going to tell me no.
No, I like it. I think you're really good. I think the journalism side is incredible.
I do my homework.
Yeah, and to spit off all those sponsors like you just did. It's not easy.
Please tell them I did that live.
That was live.
That was live.
First take.
Okay.
And I know from firsthand that's not easy to do. You're very talented at what you do.
Oh my God, Mike will tell you when I did my first sponsor ever. I think it was episode 3. We had to do that shit like 20 times.
Oh,
It was horrible, and I only had like one.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but yeah, it's come a long way. You know, we both have a history in radio too, so we know those live reads can be a little bit difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and especially when they're live, it's difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but you know what? I'm so happy that you're here. Like I said, you know, my barber Sid actually was like, "When are you gonna get that guy on the show?"
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of views that I've been waiting on, so I appreciate your patience. You know what I mean? And I know some people are still waiting, but you know, I was very excited when you got me coordinated with your artist Stormy Keys, who I love, and thank you so much for that. What did you think of her? You know, because so you guys, if you don't know, J Trouble actually, you're her developer, manager, everything, right? And
A&R work,
yes,
promoter.
You're the behind the scenes guy for Stormy Keys.
Yeah.
How did she do on that interview?
On her? Oh yeah. I'll tell you, I think that's why we have such a good relationship, because I critique her hard.
Really?
You know what I mean?
And people need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She needs to be pushed, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I watched that interview, trying to critique her, trying to find out what I could make her, what I could help her get better at. And no, y'all both did great. I was very impressed.
Yes.
I liked it.
I try. You know, she's gorgeous. We have it actually. You guys can't see it, but we actually have it playing in the background right now. Yeah. So I really thought her boobs were gonna come out the whole time. I was like, Stormy, put the boobs up. You know what? It's gonna ruin your career. It's career suicide. You know what I mean? No, but you know, I wonder. You know, because you are her manager, because you are her everything in the background, and she spoke very highly of you too. Right. I wonder, for you to be so hard in critiquing somebody at something that they love and that's their dream, and sometimes you give it to them real raw. Do you find roadblocks in that sometimes? Because everybody can't handle critique now. Everybody's too sensitive.
If you can't handle critiquing, this ain't for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I was on the radio, they used to tell me I suck. They used to tell me I talk too fast. Yeah. But you learn from that.
But you work on it. You attack your weaknesses.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I've tried to do that with other people coming up in the same industry as me, and they look at me as a monster now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, I think it's important. I think it's so great.
Yeah.
That how is she doing?
She's doing great. We talk all the time still.
Yeah.
You know, taking a little break from music to get some other things straight. But no, she's still. She's somebody with that kind of talent is one good move away.
Oh yeah, for
at
sure.
all time. Kind of like a real talented fighter or something like that. It's got that one punch kind of knockout power.
Okay.
She's got that kind of power.
Yeah, I think so too. I think when her first single came out, and you were featured in the music video, which we have. You know, I got copyrighted on my YouTube episode. Yeah, but you know, I think.
Oh, bro, I hear that all the time. Like they can't play my music at other podcasts.
Oh, really?
And because it stopped their live feed completely.
So what happens is I already don't monetize on YouTube. Right. I know a lot of people want me to. For some reason I'm not meeting the criteria. I have the minutes and the views and all that shit. But I think somebody told, actually it was Prescription told me it's because I curse too much and I can't curse in the first 30 seconds, which I say pussy in the first 30 seconds. I was like, yeah, okay, I guess you can keep your 5 cents of view. You know what I mean? Like you're good. You know, but no. I think that. For somebody like her, and the first single that you guys put out, she just has so much star quality. You know what I mean? So I was really happy that, you know, she presented herself in that way. Yeah. Because it wasn't like too slutty either, though. It was like playful, and it was very talented, but she looks amazing, you know?
And, you know, with that, I got to really, when I'm doing that kind of stuff, I really get to dive into my creative side, because I seen that place that I'm the one that scoped the place that we did it at.
Oh, okay.
I was at one of my niece's birthday parties.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? They got all these different rooms and different designs and all kind of stuff like that. So
yeah, for sure.
I just kind of had a vision for it, and I get to dive into my creative side on that with that kind of stuff.
Well, you're very creative. I don't know how you didn't want to smash her in the music video. You're a professional, aren't you?
But you know what's crazy? Her mom and her aunt and all kind of people were on the other side of the camera, too.
Oh, really? So. I don't know that I can be that seductive in front of my mom, especially not my dad. Yeah. Because my dad's coworkers already watch The Public Affair, so I wonder if he gets shit at work. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. But you know, it's entertainment.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's entertainment.
No, it's good, and it was good, and like I said, it's been very tasteful. Started with a kiss, and now we're best of friends. Yeah, okay. Yeah, copyright that.
That's a hit record.
Yeah, oh, it is. It is. Okay, listen, but enough about Stormy. And we love Stormy. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's get to know about J Trouble for my viewers who are watching, and they're like, "Who is this sultry man that you have on the show?" You know, straight out of South Waco, correct? Right. Can you talk to us a little bit about your life growing up and who J Trouble is, and where you came up with that name? And are you Trouble?
No, I came up single parent household, that kind of thing. I don't know. I just remember when you say childhood, the first thing that comes to mind is that old broken down, beat up basketball goal I had outside.
Okay.
I had hanging on by a thread.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was my life. You know what I mean? I was outside shooting, and I eventually grew a passion for music, and I spent a lot of time working on music. Really young. That was
Yeah. When you say single parent, was it just you and your mom?
Just me and my mom.
Okay, so do you have a relationship with dad?
Yeah, I always had a relationship with my dad, but I grew up in San Antonio and he was here in Waco.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. That's why I'm so big on the coaching the youth, because I know how important it is firsthand for a young male to have a man, whether it's his dad, whether it's his coach, whether it's his big brother, uncle, whatever. I know how important that is. So we knew each other. We had a relationship. He wasn't there though.
Right. So who was the masculine influence for you?
My older homeboys, young.
Really? Okay.
My older homeboys,
right?
And I later grew up to find out that they didn't know shit. I thought they had shit figured out. They might have been 2-3 years older than me. You know what I mean?
Right.
They were doing the wrong shit, and I was following them doing the wrong.
Well,
shit
you weren't. It doesn't sound like you had a lot of direction. It's not like mom can keep her eye on you 24/7 though. She probably had to work all the time.
Nah, and then once you kind of outgrow mom, you know what I mean?
Oh,
that kind of authority
doesn't faze you. So was Jay Trouble getting in a lot of trouble?
Young, yeah. Young, I was acting out.
Right.
I just wanted attention. I didn't know that at the time.
Right.
But that's how I have such a bond with these youngsters. I'm telling you, because I know why you're acting out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I acted out for the same reasons.
Yeah.
I understand.
But since it didn't sound like you had a lot of direction or influence to teach you otherwise, what was it that pulled you out of acting out and that helps you be equipped with helping the youth not act out?
Probably becoming a father.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're a dad.
Yeah, I got three little ones. Well, they ain't little no more.
Jay, how old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, that's why he's a snack. Hello, dad bod. Okay. no gay shit. But no. Okay, so you have 3 kids.
Right.
Okay, so being a father, you just kind of got thrown into that in terms of like being a positive influence.
Yeah. And honestly, like knowing better. Like I said, I was acting out. Once I reached a certain maturity level, I could understand that I was just acting out.
Right, for sure. I mean, like, were you robbing? Were you just effing a bunch of hoes?
Just teenage shit, getting into shit. You know.
Oh,
what I mean?
okay, I got
nothing,
you. I don't know. I was a goody two shoes, so I didn't start acting out till I was 21. And I started drinking. Then these legs were spread for everybody. So now I'm taking a break. I am abstinent.
But no, I was just. I don't know, the culture, you know what I mean?
I got you. Well, South Waco, back in the early 2000s, 90s, correct? And
But around this time, I'm still in San Antonio.
Oh, you're still in San Antonio. Oh, okay.
I was born here, lived here until I was about 4, moved away with my mom. I came back about 15, 16, when I started getting in trouble.
When you started getting in trouble, okay. Yeah. Is this at university?
Yep.
Yes, okay. I love when the guest is from university.
But I was always, back and forth from Waco to San Antonio.
San Antonio, okay.
Always.
So do you think that transition, it could have been hard for anybody, but do you think that put you in the right direction to meet the right people to start your career? Because, I mean, you have a pretty extensive musical career, and it seems like you're very knowledgeable about a lot of the things that you get yourself. Oh, and you did radio, which I definitely want to talk about, because I've not met, I haven't had another radio mogul in here since, a long time.
Radio mogul, man. That's nice, man. I appreciate it.
Well, just the terms, sometimes my terms can be out of turn. But no. So in terms of the early career, when you mentioned that you got inspired to do music at a very young age, you were playing with the broke down basketball, and all of a sudden you decided you wanted to be a rapper. So how did all that coincide?
How did it coincide?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, did you miss a shot and you were like, you know what, I'm going to write a poem?
No. I was doing both.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, because a lot of people, they start off as writing poems.
Yeah.
So I wonder what was your...
my first time ever rapping, I'll never forget. It was on my birthday, and I don't know, all the popular guys in the middle school were freestyling. And shit like that. That was the era where boys was freestyling.
Yeah, because 8 Mile came out, so we all thought we were rappers.
Oh man, I'm old. We're talking.
You're not much older than me. I'm 32. You're 35. Stop it. All right.
Nah, we're talking about like the Texas freestyle come down.
I see. Okay, yeah, I didn't grow up here, so okay. I'm from New York. We watched 8 Mile, and we all thought we were rappers.
But now, so we were more on that Texas freestyle kind of.
Yeah,
I just kind of jumped in, kind of with the rest of the popular kids, trying to be, trying to fit in.
Trying to fit in, yeah.
And I did surprisingly well for my first time, and I was hooked ever since.
So you were nice.
for being being what it was, yeah.
And isn't it crazy that we just kind of like distinguish the difference for just a minute? How different Texas rap is versus the rap that I grew up on. You know what? It does sound so like I didn't get put onto Chopped and Screwed until I moved to Texas.
Oh yeah,
and which no shade to any of the Chopped and Screwed artists, but keep that shit away from me. I can't deal with it. I'm like you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I can understand it.
Yeah.
You know, that's our signature thing. That's why we're so proud of it. You know what I mean? So, but I can understand how other people that
for sure.
I mean?
Yeah, no. When I got put onto it, it's just I appreciate that you guys have an appreciation,
right?
But for me,
it's
I don't
not
know.
For everybody.
But I'm also like not really a big rap listener either. Like I like pop music. You know, I'm a pop person. And my friends call me gay all the time, which egg on their face. I didn't know if they knew, but I am. So, so let's talk about your early career though, Jay. You know, I did mention earlier that you were on the radio.
Right.
What years were you on the radio?
Ooh.
And pick your mic up. It fell.
Ooh. Shoot. I was there for like 6 or 7 years.
Things.
Probably like from 15 to probably like 21.
Okay, so we were on the radio at the same time. I did Power 108 at that time.
Right.
Yeah. So what was the career like for you? Did you think that was going to be? Were you still rapping when you did it? Did you think that you were going to have music play because you're on the radio now, or why'd you even get into it?
I just got into it because I truly do love music and anything that. I don't know. I've made so many different lanes still dealing with music, but I'd say I got into it because again I was good at it already.
Right.
They had me do my first dry cut when I had to read, you know what I mean, commercial, whatever like that, and I've been rapping for 10 years already by this time. So you know I was just something I was already comfortable with, already good at.
So you
doing.
were good, okay.
And I don't know, performing live and doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It just a lot of the same qualities transitioned into radio, making it an easy transition.
Do you know that the first commercial I ever did, they trashed it, and I thought my whole career was over.
Damn,
it was for Devil Does Auto Sales.
It's crazy. It's crazy that you remember.
Shut up. No, I'll never fucking forget because I remember my radio mentor, and who I'm still very good friends with now, Chrissy. Yeah. She was the one that I was like, I heard the commercial when I was interning. Right. And I heard it was somebody else's voice. And I was like, what happened to the commercial? I thought I did that. She goes, oh, they didn't like it.
Yeah.
But to her, it was like so nonchalant. And to me, I was like, my career's over. It was terrible. I felt horrible. I know how it feels, but, why'd you get out of radio? What happened there?
I just kind of felt like I did just about everything there was to do in radio.
It's changed.
It's changed.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time. Dedication, you know what I'm saying? And also like I'm fully self-employed, so I'm not really feeling that I got to be here from this time to this time.
Yeah, I got you.
On any level. I mean, even if it is fun. But I just kind of feel like I peaked in this market, you know what I mean? And I wanted to put my focus on other things.
I think with radio and what people don't understand, like while it is something exciting to be a part of and you get to say, because everybody, like not for nothing, anybody can go like really work at McDonald's and anybody can go get a regular 9 to 5. I still have a regular job. But like to be on something like the radio takes a certain niche. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Like it takes a certain voice, and especially with we worked in different markets. Like I did AC Top 40. Obviously you did, hip hop or whatever. But, I feel like it's not everybody can do it. So while I'm grateful that I had got to be a part of it for as long as I did, I actually don't miss it.
Yeah.
It just changed. Everything changed.
I'd probably have to agree.
Yeah.
I don't really, and shout out to them because it was just part of my evolution. It was a stepping stone to get, because it did open a whole lot of doors for me on the business side of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of going back to your original question, if I got on to get my music, it wasn't really that. It was more to get in on the other side of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I now know how radio works, what they're looking for, the kind of media meetings that go on about the music.
For sure.
And stuff like that. So I got an insight on the other side of the music business. So I don't know. When people try to debate with me on music and, shit and stuff like that, I'm like, bro,
you're too educated. I think it's great that you took all that on the music side because I took a different perspective with me. I took how people are. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to be that fat old person that thinks he has the answers to everything in a room trying to dictate everything. You know what I mean? I've learned I learned people.
Right.
And I was disappointed when I left, and I was disappointed with what I took from it, but I'm also very grateful because I feel like all that equipped me to still work in media like I do now as a podcaster and know my audience and know the room and say, okay, this is the type of people I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, I was never a rapper or a pop singer, so you know, whatever. You know, okay, so with the radio career ending, bye. You know, I'm so happy that you're back because, you know, shout out to Prescription, who we love.
Can I stop you there?
Oh, yeah.
What makes you think I'm back?
Well, I saw you. Listen, I've been watching you. Mm-hmm. I know you don't think I've been watching you, but I've been watching you, and I felt like you had to. I remember you put out. Oh my God, what was the name of that fucking mixtape? The only one you have on Apple Music, something Mexican, something Mexican.
Down south.
That's not okay. Don't hate me for not knowing that, but you know, I remember you were going really, really hard with the "I'm on the radio, listen to me, I'm live tonight," and remember we did it at the same time.
Right.
I'm doing this show, blah blah blah. Then I saw you dealing with Stormy.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay. He in my perspective, is taking a more developing side. Like I'm going to push artists. You know what I mean, and use my knowledge to help push them. That's just how I perceived it. Then I saw you do the freestyle on Prescription's Raw Sessions, which I wanted to give a shout out to him because I love him.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's the first time I've seen you do that,
unless
I missed something.
No,
because I'm not on social media as much. Unless it's to
you're right.
the show.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
You're just trying to see if I know what I'm talking about.
No, you do know what you're talking
Jay, don't
about.
do me. Okay,
No,
listen. Okay, don't do me. I know I'm not from South Waco. I'll kick your ass. In this no, but I saw you do the Raw Sessions. Right. Now you did that freestyle. Did you write that beforehand, or that came off the top of your head?
I don't know, man. Does it come off like it?
There's no. Okay, if you ask me, you had to have, because it wasn't 5 minutes. It was more than 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Like 5:30.
Okay, that's not a song, and there were different. You had to have spit that off the top of your head, or was some of it pre-written?
I don't know. You have to go watch it and find out.
No, I want to know as a freestyler, because I can't freestyle raps. And I've had guests on this show that have freestyled. Then I've also had rappers that couldn't freestyle. Right. Which, no shade to them. I guess it's not their forte.
Oh, yeah.
Can you freestyle?
I freestyle, man. If I had $1 for every time that I killed a freestyle at 94.5 without cussing, that's something.
Yes, I wanted to bring that up too.
Do that without cussing.
That's what I liked about. Yeah,
you can. Right hand of the man, as precise. I've done it hundreds of times, and precise. Surprisingly, Sice does it.
Yeah,
Sice can freestyle on the radio with no cussing.
I can't freestyle.
And he's a DJ.
Okay. So you can freestyle.
Yes.
Freestyle.
I don't want to freestyle.
Oh, come on, stop, Jay. You have.
I don't want to freestyle.
Why? You can curse though. You can curse because I'm already not getting paid from YouTube. So you can curse.
Nah.
Oh, okay. No, okay. So
they gotta go watch the 100 bars on YouTube.
It was 100 bars.
It was like 120.
How do you count though? Like, so you did pre-write it, yeah.
Well, I might have counted. I might have counted it after we finished. That's how we ended up with 120.
But what's a bar? Like, I don't understand.
Like a line.
Okay.
So,
like after you take a breath, that's one bar.
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Educate me. Okay.
Okay. So, like one line. Okay, I can't think of a song. We're sitting on the couch and there's a black table. One. I'm sitting on the brown couch and I'm able. That's two. So each line.
See, you're freestyling.
Yeah,
I would have never. I've been in the studio a while, and I've never would have thought about that. Yeah, I'll try.
So there's a measurement to the verses and stuff like that.
Okay.
So when somebody sends me a beat and they want a feature or something like that, first thing I want to ask is it a 12 or a 16? That way we know how
the feature, like how much you're going to charge them.
Well, how long the verse is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, I see.
So I don't want to write a 16 bar verse and it's only a 12. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I got you.
That's pretty much how they measure the verses.
How you do that? Okay, got you. So what made you do that? Because was that your comeback as far as an artist? Or
in my mind, yeah.
Okay.
Because I just signed that new partnership deal with Gold Toes Distribution in Houston.
Oh, congrats,
man! Shout out to Gold Toes. Shout out to Alex out there.
You're not gonna make me bleep that, are you?
No.
Don't make me bleep that, please. I hate when you guys come on talking about bleep that. Don't. We can give them the shout out. Okay.
No. So this will be my first project. I've been working on the album. The album's done already.
Oh.
We're about to turn it in and stuff like that. But before I got to the album, I kind of wanted to make my stamp.
Okay.
Make a statement.
I want to say you got the most reaction out of it. No shade on anybody. I'm just saying I don't think I saw anybody else with 126 shares.
Yeah. That's
Like,
love. And I think it also works in my favor that
Yes.
that I haven't been in the public eye in a while.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I was shocked when I saw you do it because
Right.
I have this really weird thing with my head where I just kind of boxed you as now you are the developer, which I need to stop that shit, right? And so when I saw you on the Raw sessions, which again, shout out to Prescription because I'm so proud of him and what he's doing at the Private Hip Hop headquarters, I was like, oh my God. First of all, look at his haircut. Okay. And then listen, when you said the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, it like put me on a chokehold. I immediately started an OnlyFans. Like, you know, so I wonder, that's why I asked you, and it bears me to my last question. Like, does that come off the top of your head? And when you do freestyle, what is the how do you do that? You know?
So, all right, I'll let y'all in on my secret.
Yeah, let me in the secret. Right. Yes, this is a public affair. We keep it
because we're here.
I won't tell anybody if you just tell me.
All
yeah.
Right,
okay.
Right. Now, so none of my lyrics ever, pretty much for the most part, I don't write them down. It's premeditated.
Okay.
I come up with the first line, and then I'll come up with the second line, and then say the first line with the second line, and then go further and further. So by the time I get to the 8th, 9th, 10th line, I've said 1 through 8 a good 20, 30 times already.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So those be concrete. So usually when I do a verse or something like that, it's towards the end that I get a little shaky, but that's where we get
right?
That's where we get to punching it in. But you can see that all the earlier bars, I've already rehearsed them so many times. Just because every time I add a line, I go back from the top and rehearse, do it all again.
I think it takes a special kind of talent to have the mindset to do that, though.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying, because there's like, I couldn't even give you one bar if I wanted to.
It's something I've worked on for a long time.
Yeah, I got you.
Long time.
So with that, since you are breaking back into the music scene, we got the album coming out. Do you still want to continue to develop artists like Stormy Keys? Is there any other artists that you're working with at the moment?
No, it's just Stormy right now.
Yeah.
No, I want to do it all.
Really?
I want to do it all.
Okay, so I want to make an EP, but it has to be a pop EP, and you have to auto-tune the shit out of my voice because I cannot sing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make this happen, Jay.
Yeah.
I can take direction. And you need to be on my music video too, even though it's gonna be gay. But let's see how you are as an artist. I want to get back into gays and hip hop in just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, okay, Jay, we got to take a quick break. All right. And when we get back, we're gonna learn more about Jay Trouble and his career going on, what he's got coming up next. I do want to talk about gays and hip hop. I think gays and hip hop is an interesting conversation that I want to have to talk about in 2023. And we've got more with him. And is he still trouble? Make sure you guys stay tuned here on The Public Affair. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this exciting episode of The Public Affair. My very special guest, Mr. Jay Trouble. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Blue Star RV Services with Manny Guerrero. He's a mobile RV tech who can fix all RVs. I'm talking about tractor trailers, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and so much more. Listen, he deals with the warranty company in case it's under manufacturer warranty, so you don't have to pay for all the labor and all that. He'll get that taken care of. Pay him his small fee. He'll come out to you. His team is professional and they are reliable. Follow on Facebook and call the number on the screen to Blue Star RV Services. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Strike a Pose Photography, my girl Myra Rosales. She has a digital photo booth business, perfect for parties, private events, corporate events, and so much more. Listen, you take the pictures, she sends them directly to your phones. You have to wait for nothing to print, no nothing, all digital. That's what we're living in anyway, the digital age, right? That's what we're doing. It's fun, convenient, and easy. Listen, follow her on Facebook at Strike a Pose Photography 23 and call the number on the screen now to book. To Myra Rosales, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Fernando de la Rosa with Big Bear Lawn Care. He's a small landscaping business. Listen, I already know that because it's 107 outside, y'all's lawns are a hot ass mess. Nobody wants to go out there and cut the grass. You need it done by an absolute professional. My boy Fernando de la Rosa is going to be out there to make sure he takes care of that for you professionally specializing in mowing, edging, mulching, and so much more. Call the number on the screen for a free quote. To Fernando de la Rosa, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the SoCo Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located at 3304 Franklin Avenue. They offer team, small group, and individual skills training and elite skills training to make your kids star athletes both on and off the field with discipline that is unrivaled with professionals like George De Leon. Open plays on Mondays and Wednesdays for ages 16 and older at 8:30 p.m. The Public Affair is also a very proud sponsor of the SoCo soccer teams, coached by my brother, Mauro Maldonado, who I love. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh my goodness, I can't go on without thanking one of my favorite restaurants, J. Pedro and Poke with Junior Fuentes, Thomas Roberts, and their entire family. I think I'm going to get some after this for dinner. I said lunch, bitch. It's like it's not 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They provide delicious, savory Japanese crepes and poke bowls. They also have handcrafted Thai rolled ice cream for dessert. You could choose from a menu item or listen, be like me, create your own because I like to be in control. Locations on University Park Drive and Hewitt Drive. And you can order online at jpedaltx.com. Download their app too at jpedal. Thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into it. My very special guest, Mr. J Trouble. And, you know, I wonder in 2023 versus like the 90s when we grew up in, what's up with gays in hip hop? And can that be a thing? And what's your? And I really want you to answer honest. You know, I don't get offended by nothing. No. And if anybody tries to come at you, I got you.
No,
the gays no. All right, yeah.
Hey man, I think they've been around longer than we think.
Is that right? Okay.
That's my honest opinion about it, and I think they're just more comfortable with it now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, with the climate.
Yeah.
And the culture, it's more acceptable than maybe it was before.
Okay.
But I think it's been going on longer than we would assume.
Really, like in just hip hop? I mean, pop stars have been out and about all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in hip hop, you know what I mean.
How can you tell? Like, why do you think one rapper would be gay and they're not out yet?
Why? What makes me think?
Yeah. Like, are they not?
There's just been, you know, when somebody says something about you for 10, 15, 20 years, like there's been rumors out there for so long about certain people and stuff like that. You know, I don't want to say any names or anything like that, but you know. And then now that it's becoming more acceptable, you can just kind of see it's a little bit easier to see now.
Like Lil Nas X, I feel like is one of those. I mean, he's a rapper, a hip hop artist, pop artist.
There for a while, I thought he was playing.
Really?
I still don't know.
Yeah. Well, because the gays are like that though. That's what I'm saying. Like I've slept with a lot of men that look well, they're not black, but you know that look straight as an arrow. You know what I mean? And they fool us now. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
Well, no, I think Lil Nas X is playing the other way. I think he's. I there for a while I thought he might be playing like he's gay. He's not actually gay.
Oh, he's not. Oh, you think it was like a publicity stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Okay. Would you do a record with a gay artist? So like if I was a rapper, J Trouble, right, and I started like, okay, because here's the thing, like we were working out the other day, and I always have my friends pick the music because they don't want to listen to my gay ass shit. but you know the rappers these days are talking a lot about like you know getting their D sucked and whatever this and that. And if I rap about that and start rapping about sucking D, does J Trouble necessarily hop on a record like that, or it has to be something else?
It wouldn't necessarily be my forte, but you know,
well, it's not going to be the whole song, but like if it was like one verse.
You know, if I'm doing music, then there's business being done with it.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
So you don't just hop on any record, though.
Oh, we're doing some business. If we're doing some business, we'll do whatever I get paid to do.
Okay, no wait. So that brings up a really good point. So when somebody does ask you to feature on a song, you probably have to hear the song first, and then you come up with contracts and stuff, or do you just kind of like I'm just gonna hop on whatever?
No, this is my price. You pay the price. I'll jump on what you want me to jump on.
Oh, really? Yeah. So if I pay you the $5,000, you're just gonna hop on the song, even though it's talking about. Sucking D. Like it's just,
that might be a little on the extreme side. I'm not gonna lie.
That might need to be $10,000.
Yeah, that might be a little bit on the extreme side. I wouldn't want people to get to assuming the wrong thing.
No, we have to backtrack. I wouldn't make a whole song based on it. But you know, like how in rap songs.
But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like when you asked if there is definitely a lane for it, and hey, man.
Well, no. Okay, so like, I guess because what I was trying to say was like in the song that we were listening to while we were working out, it was only like in the chorus. I don't know the fucking name of the song of the artist, but you know, it was like you know, sucking my D something. But then the rest of the song was not about that. You know what I mean? Right. And so I'm like, oh, I wonder if I make a song like that, does an artist hop on the record with me, or is it like,
it's something? Gay? It's something to think about.
It's something to think about.
But you know, I don't judge nobody, man.
For sure.
What somebody else eats doesn't make me. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a genre of music that you would like to collab on?
Yeah, like almost like some reggaeton, something like that.
Yes, well, because you are Spanish, right? Are you full I don't want to just assume you're Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican, yeah. So you are full Mexican?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you speak habla español?
Muy poquito.
Okay. So, but you should do a Spanish song, though.
Right. I can. You know what I mean? I can.
Have you met our Spanish artists in town, Richie and Y2K?
I don't think so. I think I've heard some of his stuff before.
They're amazing. Richie does predominantly Spanish music. Maybe you should get connected with him.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, I think that you should get connected. I'll talk to you after this. Yeah. I do, because I think he has a lot of potential, and I think he needs.
I want to say I've heard his music at the studio before or something like that.
He probably has. I think he went to. Oh, didn't you guys all go to Austin for South by Southwest, which I just will not go to. Like I'm sorry,
I try my best to avoid it.
I am not going. I know it's probably a really good marketing thing. I'm not fucking. Yeah, I'm not going. But I think he went with Prescription. Yeah. So as far as I want to talk about the struggles for local artists because there's a lot of rappers in town, right? There's a lot of rappers in town. A lot of them seem to be having a harder time than others trying to, I guess, getting exposed. What do you think the problem is with artists these days?
I tell them all to get the fuck out of Waco.
You have to get the fuck out of Waco?
You have to.
You have to?
You have to.
Uh-huh.
I've gotten bigger in Waco when I got bigger at other places.
Is that right?
Yeah. You work from the outside in.
Okay.
And it's not just Waco. Houston artists tell me the same. They have the same struggles. Dallas artists tell me the same thing.
It's
not just a Waco thing. It's a home.
It's a home thing. Mm-hmm. So necessarily Dallas people will probably come here.
Yeah. Or all the big artists that pop from Dallas made their run through here first.
Okay. See, and I think that when you guys say that, because like I don't know, I feel like the city fucks. Podcasting music is totally different, right? Yeah. And so, but while everybody said Waco won't support you, I feel like Waco supports me. Like,
I feel like Waco supports me. You know what I mean?
But it wasn't until
it got. I can't. Okay, so my side of town is different. They've treated me like a celebrity since high school. Okay. They've loved, there's people like people like Sid, you know what I'm saying?
We love.
Those are some of the original fans from the South Waco community, and there's a good amount of them, you know what I mean, that watched this whole evolution that kind of had this expectation for me to do great things even as a fucking kid, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that side of town has been there for a long time. Yeah. And as I've gotten bigger in other places, it's spread out more. Right. You know what I mean?
So do you think that the only problem that they're having is that they are not getting out of Waco, or do you think some of them maybe should stop? Because I'm not gonna lie,
it's a little bit of both.
I'm gonna say I think some of them should just stop. I'm just like
sometimes there's certain circumstances outside of the skill set that make you just need to stop, because this ain't a cheap line of business to get into.
Right. I'll just share. I have an episode with Prescription that we have archived, which I love, and I am going to get him back on the show because I love Prescription. But we had a similar conversation about this where we talk about like a lot of their stage presence, and I've been to like these events where there's a lot of like malarkey going on in the stage, but like where is your no for real, like where is your listen, I am a critic. Right. When you ask me to judge something, I'm going to judge you because I was judged as a radio personality.
No, when you jump on that stage, you open yourself up.
I'm going to tell you that you sucked. Mm-hmm. And what you need to improve on, and you can take it how you will. But I've done a lot of these like things that you guys do, and I've been to them, and there's a lot of malarkey going on stage, but there's no lyricism. It's just like you going up there parading yourself, but like the sound is not good, or you pull your music off of YouTube, and you're doing the song off the track, and so
it's just like everything else. You get what you put into it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right.
And shout out to you for this White Claw. I don't want people to be like, Jay Trump drinks White Claws.
Isn't it great?
No, they're actually not bad.
No, Jay said he can't get too drunk because you have your kid's like soccer thing or something.
No, my kid has a football trainer that he works with.
Yes. Okay, so you can't be drunk. So I was gonna get mimosas because it is midday, but if I would have got Jason mimosas, we would have definitely gotten into some trouble. And then he wouldn't be a daddy no more. And so, do you get a lot of gay sliding? I asked this to a lot of the guys. You don't? You're such a liar.
No, the ones that do, I just block them as soon as I just feel like it's going that direction.
Tell them that I've never went that direction with you. I did tell you that your haircut had me feeling side piece. I did say that.
Yeah, but no,
I did not slide.
Always kept it G, man. But yeah, as soon as I don't know, you kind of feel where it's going. You just block. I just block them. Please don't do that.
I got you. No, okay. So Jay, honestly, I noticed that a lot of the musicians in town, we talked about this just a second ago. They feel like they do have a lack of support from their city, or just from people. Do you think that it is the city that is not supporting them, or do you think they just suck? And maybe suck is a bad word. Like maybe
I can't speak for all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of talent in the city, and they're not getting support either. So it can't be that they suck. That can't be all of it.
Right.
Like I said, you just got to get out. You got to find your market. Like my target audience. Like I don't know. I look at the analytics,
right,
and all that kind of stuff, and I see where you're
being received.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them sound the same though.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I feel like your raw session stood out. I liked your raw session. First of all, I like the sample in the beginning.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's one of my favorite samples.
Yeah.
It is. And you know, I just feel like with your flow versus everybody, like you just seemed more for somebody who took a break.
Well, that's why I asked you earlier.
Yes.
What makes you think that I'm back? Because
Yeah.
one of my younger homies ran into me at Prescription's event the other day.
Okay.
He was like, "Bro, you're back. You're back. You're
Yeah,
back."
yeah.
And I had to fuck with him. I was like, to say that I'm back means that I went somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never went. I never stopped working on music.
No, you never stopped working on music, but I haven't seen you do that
No.
in a long time. And when I was following,
you're
you,
absolutely right.
But for you to get back into it and be as comfortable as you were, and arguably be, and no shade on anybody else, because I know a lot of them watch this show, and I want everybody to know that I respect them, but arguably be the best raw session
Thank you.
out of all of them. No,
I appreciate
honestly,
that because there's a lot of talent on there.
there was a lot of talent on there,
really
but
is.
you, for somebody who came back, did the best.
I
You know what I
appreciate
mean?
it. It's just because, like I said, I took a break from it in the public eye.
Okay, gotcha.
I still was working on music. I
Right.
was still very involved in music.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of plans. Really, I just planted seeds behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
like signing with that partnership with Gold Toes.
Yes.
That was done 6-7 months ago. So this was all a process. I knew
Yeah.
at this time I was gonna put this 100 bars out.
I got you.
And X amount of months after that is when the album is coming out. You know
Oh,
what
I
I mean?
see.
So this
And-
was.
and
This
then
is already a planned, kind of
And
thing.
in between, you came on the public affair, so thank you. So
Yes.
when you're on the red carpet Grammys and shit,
Oh, yeah.
you better remember me.
Oh, yeah.
bitch, okay. If you don't fucking remember me, I'm gonna go smack you. Do you have to write your own lyrics to be a rapper, or can somebody do that for you? I've talked about ghost writers, is that right? And yeah. And so, what's your perspective on that?
I mean, when that's just the way that it is, whether you like it or not, that's the way that it is. You know what I mean? You have to roll with the punches. So whether I say, nah, I don't think you're a real rapper if you get somebody to write for you, there's rappers making billions off songs that they didn't write. So
Okay.
that's just the way that it is. So that's the way of the industry. I know people look at certain rappers a certain way when they find out that they have ghostwriters, and hey man, there's more of them than you know.
Think, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they kind of probably just get like paid off to be like, don't you ever speak of this again.
Yeah, or any kind of input on a track. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get credited. You know what I mean?
So does Jay Trouble write all his own music?
yeah.
You do.
Mhm.
Okay, got you. I think that's hot. Okay, what were some of oh no, wait. I before I lose my train of thought, you know what's annoying about your industry? I fucking hate the music industry. I really do. The music industry is so fickle.
Yeah.
And you guys, like, I feel like there are a lot of people who should be a lot more famous than they're not. You know what I mean?
And vice versa. There should be more famous people that aren't famous.
Well, there's some people that are too famous. I'm like, ooh, this bitch sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is it so annoying for you guys to put out music? Like I've talked with artists that their albums have been shelved, or the label said that now's not, like, what is the right time? Like, why you can't just put out a project?
Oh no. In today's game, you want to put out as much as you can.
Yeah.
If you put an album out in today's game, you used to be able to not have to drop another album for maybe another year or so. You know what I'm saying? Another 18 months or something. You drop an album now, 3 months from now, that shit is ancient.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think that just pertains in the hip hop community, or does that pertain to music in general?
I don't have as much knowledge on like the rock, or the pop, but I would assume that it's majority. I don't think there's near as being a rapper has got to be the most popular career that people want. I don't think as many people are trying to be rock and rollers as there are rappers.
Well, and that's why I think I gravitate more. I think I've had more singers.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, I had Richie and Y2K. Richie is a Spanish singer. He sings the music that I grew up on.
Right.
And I didn't feel like there was anybody in Waco who was doing that. And if they were, I didn't hear them. You know what I mean? And then I discovered Y2K with Richie. Right. And then I even critiqued Y2K on the show, where I said, Richie went on your song and bodied you on your own song. But I told him that.
You told him that?
I did tell him that. Well, I didn't say bodied, but I did tell him, I was like, I feel like he ate you on your own song. Yeah. But now Y2K, not because of that comment, but because he's developed as an artist, is like phenomenal to me. I feel like he can stand on his own now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And that's a real thing with musicians.
Yeah.
We're definitely trying to body each other.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah.
And that's okay.
I used to tell people.
Yeah.
You better come on, because I did it this time.
Can you introduce me to Waco-tron, please? I've always wanted to meet him, and I don't know if I could slide into his DM.
Shout out Waco-tron.
Do you guys know each other? You guys like on first name basis?
We grew up we're from the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Same side of town.
Does he live here?
Yeah.
Oh, so he'll come on the public fair.
He would.
Can you please do me that favor? I don't know how to fucking get a hold of him. Just give him my number.
Yeah.
Give him my phone number. I do. I think he's phenomenal. I really do. I think that he's so talented. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I've been doing a lot of business with him behind the scenes.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Are we getting a J Trouble Waco-tron song soon? Is that what's happening?
Man, we've had one. It's just the circumstances. It's been sitting in the computer for a while.
That's what I'm talking about. Why don't you just put it out then? So we can hear it.
Because
get him to smack you.
No, there's other things.
Okay.
Politics.
That's what I'm talking about.
But not between me and him.
No,
there's somebody else on the song that I don't really do dealings with anymore.
Oh, I see.
And I don't.
Can't you just take him off?
He's all through it. He's on the hook. He's on the.
Oh shit! All right, please go record another one. You're J Trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna do
okay?
that. We cross paths all the time. Shout out my boy Al D.
Yes.
We record. We got the same engineer. We record.
Oh, I see.
The same
and
studio.
If you need some ad libs, I can drop some ad libs for you. Yes, I can. If you need me to do a script on your record, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm very cheap. I'm very, very cheap. I want you to know that.
Okay. All right.
I work for cheap. I'm a cheap hoe. Yeah.
Hey man, you get that J Trouble invoice on your desk for this interview.
oh, is he charging me, bitch? Cancel the episode. We're done. We didn't discuss all that prior. Okay. Who were some of your musical influences, Jay?
Just like in general, like coming up.
Sure.
In general,
whatever. Like, who were you listening to, and you were like, "Ooh, I want to like emulate this person."
I just listen to a lot of Texas music, like your Lil Flips, your ESGs. I always like Lil Kiki. They're all from the same legendary.
Is Bun B from here?
He's from Houston.
Yeah, that's a Texas
Port
rapper.
Arthur. Yeah,
I only know him because of the Beyonce song. But.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just I was heavily influenced by the Texas culture.
Okay. So you listen to a lot of them. What about Zero? Isn't Zero a Texas rapper?
Man,
yeah,
he's one of my favorites.
He was popping off for a whole minute, wasn't he?
Man,
where'd he go?
He's the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, when you've had a 20-year career,
right.
You don't have to be in the public eye.
Oh, so he's
like
good.
That. Yeah,
he can live off his mixtapes, and we call it a day.
Yeah, he still gets good money for shows. He stays on the road and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
for sure. Okay, I got you. So you seem like you're still very heavily in the music scene, but you're also dabbling in other projects as well, Jay.
Right.
So we, from what I understand, there's a movie that you worked on. Okay, talk to me about the movie.
Oh man,
acting. What the hell are you doing? Acting. Yes. And is
man.
there a sex scene?
Nah, well, there is a sex scene. It's not with me. It's shout out Lil Sick, and
okay.
it was an independent film based out of L.A.
Mm-hmm.
I got flew out there, got put up in the 36th floor right downtown, right downtown LA. I mean, beautiful view.
Oh, that's so cool, Jay.
I was there for about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Man, and really people ask me how I did it, how that happened, and really it's just being at the right place at the right time, meeting the right people. Shout out Lil Sick.
Okay.
Man, it was awesome.
But like, how did you even get to put yourself out there as an actor though? Like, did somebody say, "Hey, you look good for this part," or
so?
Like, did you just send a headshot? Like,
no, like I was just going back and forth to LA, really tough to do all kind of different stuff.
Yeah,
and I had to fill in for this male model that didn't make it to the music video for this female's music video. And so that happened. I met the cameraman. And later on, a few months later, probably about 6 months later, they're casting roles for this independent film. And they're like, "Hey, what about your boy from Texas?" And so it really just like happened to be literally at the right place.
It was a divine purpose. Yes, yeah. And when you got the look too, that's what I'm saying. I'm so happy you got the haircut. I am so happy you got the haircut because you look like you should be in the sex scene. Is sex tapes, is that career suicide? I shared with you during the break that I thought.
It depends who you are.
Somebody allegedly has a sex tape of me. I don't know how that would have happened, but I know that when they put it out, that shit's gonna be lit as fuck. Like I already know that if they ever leak it, that shit is going to be. I'm gonna be humiliated, and I hope my parents don't watch it. But like, I know that shit is gonna be like super lit.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think that it's career suicide though.
Yeah, no, I got you. Like OnlyFans, you know what I mean?
It's more acceptable today.
I got you.
It's not uncommon for Susie from down the street to have OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying?
Well, in the background now we're playing the other OnlyFans model, and he let me put oil all over his body. No, okay. So so Jay, you're doing so many things, right? And I kind of want to get back into the artist development side of who you are. Right. You know what I mean? So you mentioned that Stormy was taking a bit of a break. Can we, we have Ignition out, we have
First
Kiss out, and so how do you, as the developer, as the manager, inspire somebody to just keep going? Because I feel like we mentioned earlier when I was on the radio, that one commercial I did, my first commercial I did got trashed, and I thought my career was over.
Right.
And, maybe an artist puts out a song that doesn't do as well as their first single, and they get discouraged. Right. How do you keep their head in the game?
You just got to keep shooting. You know what I mean? If you need me to motivate you, hey, you shouldn't need no motivation. You know what I'm saying? This got to be something that you want. You got to keep firing. And it's hard to capture, because the stars really have to align for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If it was just talent based, we know a lot of people that would be a lot more famous right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So you have to have. There's got to be a bunch of good breaks that go your way as well.
Okay.
So I would say just keep shooting, just keep firing.
Okay. Where'd you get the grills?
I do grills.
You do grills?
Yeah.
Like where? Like you can make me some. Why didn't you bring me no grills? I've been wanting grills forever.
Yeah, shout out Bossed Up Grills. Like I said earlier, I've been self-employed since 2016. That's one of my businesses that I own. So I did my own grills.
And where's that based out of? Where can we go buy that?
You could bossedupgrills.com. You can order online.
Like, how do you size me though? Like, listen, my jaw can open. But okay.
So if you're not local, we mail you out a kit to do it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Locally, we just set up appointments and knock out it.
Okay. So how much does that set cost? And that's
mine?
why. Yeah.
Oh man, they don't want to know that.
Okay, but is that why you didn't bring it to me? Because it's too expensive? I don't know why you guys.
I wouldn't suggest these for your first one.
Really? Are they heavy?
They're not.
I almost
heavy.
want to try them on, but my mouth has been places you don't want it to be. So I don't.
No, they're not heavy.
Okay. No, I always thought like grills, because you guys have all come on my show with your grills, and this. I always thought that would be really cool, like aesthetic for me, for like a picture or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man,
do you wear them on the regular? Are they uncomfortable? You eat with them? And
no, you don't eat with them.
You don't.
Not the they're permanents, yes, but no, these aren't permanent.
Those are not permanent. Okay. So is that real, like,
VS1 diamonds?
VS1 diamonds.
Yeah.
So there's something $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So listen, Jay. God, we're running out of time. You've got the business going on. You've got a movie coming out. You're back in the music.
Movie's out.
Oh, the movie is out.
Yeah, it's on Tubi. It's called PAX.
Oh, we got to go watch on Tubi.
With a Z.
PAX with a Z. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got to go watch the movie. Album is coming out when?
I can't put a date on it yet, but it's done once we sit down and discuss the next move for it, because this one's going to be special.
Any exciting features?
None.
There's no features. Do you think that an artist has to have features to make their album successful?
If you don't know how to rap or you don't got the juice, you might need a little help.
Just please put me on your next mixtape. You know what? I want to be in a music fucking video.
Yeah. I
don't know why I've not been in. Look at these. Look at this body. Of course I can be in a music video. You know, I could have been in there with Stormy Keys. We could have been together. I could have been Stormy Keys.
Yeah.
That's gay. Fuck that. Now you're also a dad. You're a family man.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find the time to have such a personal life? You're so busy.
I don't.
You don't.
I don't have a personal life.
Okay.
My personal time, if I do have any personal time, I'm taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my kids. You know, they're all great athletes. They're all playing select ball in their respective sports. So I'm out of town a lot. I'm at a practice field a lot.
Right.
But you know, with the climate and the culture and the town and stuff like that, like these youngsters are dying young.
Yeah.
So the more that I keep them busy and the more that I keep other kids, I coach football.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, and I got babies out there that I've had. They're 12 and 13 now, but I've had them since they were babies.
Okay.
And I know the ones that don't have a father figure or nothing like that.
Oh, I see.
So I'm the guy giving them rides to and from practice, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the more that I keep, not just mine, all my babies on a football field or being productive or doing something.
Yeah.
They're not in the streets doing nothing that they ain't supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
So real quick before we go, how do you use your music? Because I feel like in the positions that we're in, like me, media, podcaster, you, rapper, music artist, fucking actor, fucking artist, developer, manager, football coach, how do you in your music? Because kids, everybody, they're very influenced on what we say. Like what we say on this mic is very powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know I've talked a lot about the gay shit, and you know what I mean? I've inspired 14-year-olds, but you know, which is crazy. But you know, how do you use your music as an outlet to inspire? Like, do you wonder that when you make music?
I do, especially like in my later years. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't suggest for them to go look at some of my older stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also I use it to tell my story. This is who I was. This is who y'all know who I am.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
You know what I mean? I do think about them. I think that is why this is gonna be the best album that I've ever put out, because I kept that in mind. I got songs where I'm speaking to the youth about the culture and what's wrong about the culture instead of glorifying the culture.
Okay.
I got songs that do the opposite, that, you know, they might not do the numbers that we expect because I'm not glorifying the violence and glorifying the dumb shit. But,
yeah, for sure.
But this is gonna be a win.
Yeah.
In another way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that you said that too. I do like that you say that, because it's unfortunate that, you know, I'm sure if the public affair was like super trashy and I had bitches on here fighting all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have millions of
it would get
views.
billions of views, but
Yeah.
I'm happy with the mark that I'm leaving.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? And you know, I know I'm a little bit deplorable. But it is what it is. You know? Okay, so Jay, God, it's been such an amazing time having you on to the public affair. You know, real quick, J Trouble versus, can I say your name? Don't say your name. You tell me not to say your name. Can I say your name? Don't say your name.
Yeah.
Richie Valens.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's an online alias. That's not my name.
Oh, Richie.
You never seen La Bamba?
Yes, I've seen La Bamba. I want to screw the guy.
So you know who Richie Valens is?
Oh my God, that went over my head. I thought your name, your first and last name, is not J Trouble. That's not a Spanish name.
It's debatable.
Oh my God. So Richie Valens is the alias.
Yeah.
J Trouble is the artist.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who is on my show?
Man, I've had people that know me forever. When I don't know, we might get pulled over and they go over my government. They're like, bro.
Is it Juan Carlos Jesus de Jimenez? Like, it's like, okay.
Who told you?
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's Jay. Yeah. Is it Juan Carlos Jesus de Jimenez?
Yeah, who told you that?
No, it's fucking not. I got that from a Dora the Explorer YouTube video. No, it's not. Okay, that is not your name. Listen, we're not going to know his name. It's J Trouble. He was here on the public affair. I truly appreciate it. Is there anything that you can leave us with before we go?
Oh, man, just thank you for having me. Thank you all the viewers out there. Go check me out. Like they said, I'm back and I'm better. And the music is going to speak for itself. The movie, the work ethic, the resume, everything. If you're looking for somebody to get behind that's true to it, that's genuine, that's for the people, that's pushing the youth forward, all that kind of stuff, man, it's right here, man. I'm glad to be here, man. I'm glad to be back.
It's right there. It's definitely not right here, because I've been abstinent for a few months and I am about to burst at the seams. So I am not an influencer right now. No, J Trouble, thank you again so much for finally coming onto the public affair. Thank you so much for waiting on me. The timing was right. It's perfect. You look amazing. You look happy and healthy. You're very talented, and I just wish you the best.
I am, man. I truly appreciate it.
No, I hope you don't forget about me neither.
Nah,
I know you're going to go on podcasts that are bigger than me.
Nah. Don't get no bigger than this, man. We here.
Oh,
man.
I love it when y'all feel like y'all made it being on the public affair. That's so cute. Isn't the view's cute, right?
Yeah,
it is cute. I'm gonna do one at night, coming soon, hopefully. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do. Stay tuned. We're planning on it. Listen, you guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Public Affair. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow J Trouble all over social media. I love that you do that with the T. That's so cute. And I'm gonna try his grills on during the break. But before we go, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of the Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Hummingbird Party Backdrops and Decor. My girl Ana Limones. You can call for all party decor, including beautiful balloon props, giving an extra flair to your party or event with a number of wooden backdrops and so much more as well. Listen, she's going to make sure your party or event is standing out. Make sure you call the number on the screen, book with Ana Limones, Hummingbird Party Backdrops and Decor. Thank you so much for all your support of the Public Affair. Of course, the Brothers Roofing and Remodeling with Jesus Sanchez, all the way from Mart, Texas, who's a small construction business specializing in general roofing needs and so much more. Listen, you got to protect your home from the crazy elements of the Texas weather. This weather be wild, right? Yeah. Oh my God, in 2 minutes it's going to hail and your roof is going to be damaged. Make sure you call Brothers Roofing and Remodeling. Follow on Facebook with the number on the screen. Listen, and I know that it gets expensive. He offers financing options as well. I'm slurring my words. Brothers Roofing and Remodeling, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Pollo Box and Audio with Jeffrey Monreal, home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and so much more. Definitely a jack of all trade and your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. To my boy Jeffrey Monreal, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode episode of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you. To everybody that tuned into the show, thank you guys again so much. You were just like telling me how good I do saying all that shit in one breath, and I was gargling on my own saliva. So, I wish I was gargling on something else. Jake Trouble, thank you so much for coming onto this episode. To everybody that tuned in, I love you guys so much. More is on the way, but don't forget to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.